I thought I would include at least one more, slightly more difficult example. This time I'll be incorporating Desmos. All right, so we can tell already if we're trying to factor 2x squared plus 9x minus 18, that we already know that a is equal to 2. We can see that. We see that in b is equal to 9, and we see that c is equal to negative 18. All right, so that's step one. We're going to pick out those values right there. Now, in order to fill in the x, we need to figure out what AC is. So we need to figure out what 2 times 18 is. I'm going to do almost all the calculations in Desmos, everything. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up Desmos. Okay, so here I am in Desmos. Go to desmos.com, and I need to find out what, I think it was 2 times, let me get a times here. I click on my little keypad down here, 2 times, and I believe that was a negative 18, so I'm going to do a minus 18. Right? But yeah, you can do that. And I see that's a negative 36. All right. So if I go back to my problem here, I need two numbers that multiply together give me a negative 36. That's what I need. All right. But they got to add to 9 because b is equal to 9. So that's what I'm going to look for in Desmos. So let's go back to Desmos. All right. And I am going to type in the graph. I'm going to go y equals, I needed a negative 36 over x. All right. I'm going to press enter, and I don't really care about the graph. What I want is the table. I don't want to go too fast with this, but all I need is the table for this. Okay. So I'm going to go to the cogwheel right here, edit list, and then that is going to create a table on that same line. Convert table. All right. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for two numbers that multiply together to give you. They multiply to give you negative 36, which all of these do. But if I add them, I'm going to get a positive 9. Like, for instance, what if I add that 2 and that negative 18? What if I just type in 2 plus negative 18? Will that give me a 9? No, that gave me a negative 16. Well, how about that negative 1 plus 36? That give me 9? Nope, that gave me a 35. So you see I'm using Desmos to calculate. I know that I could try this 2 and this. I've already tried the 2 and the negative 18. That doesn't work. So I need more numbers here. Let's see. If I was on Inspire, I could scroll up. Let's see. What I'm going to do here is, I believe I'm going to put a 3 there. If I put a 3 there, that's going to give me a negative 12. So let's try 3 plus negative 12. Why'd I put a 13? I don't know. 13, that gives me a negative 9. So what that tells me, that if that gives me a negative 9, I should be able to put in, what if I put in a negative 3 here? That's going to give me a positive 12, and I think that will work. So if I go 3 plus, I'm just going to just typo this. I'm going to go negative 3 plus 12. That's going to give me a positive 9. So my two numbers are 3 and negative 12. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to put a 3 here. Oh, I got it backwards. Sorry. I'm going to put a negative 3 here and positive 12. All right. I forgot what I put in. 3 and positive. Oh, let me go back, check my Desmos again, and make sure I told you guys right. So, yeah. If if I put it a -3 and a +12, I get a 9. And how did I get that? I got it from this table. All right, I just typed in the -3 and it gave me the 12, and that worked. Okay, so now let's go back to my whiteboard here. And now I can just go ahead and finish off using divide, swing, you know, that whole thing. Divide, reduce, and swing. So I gotta divide both of these numbers by 2. And that's gonna give me a 3/2 over here, a -3/2. So I'm gonna have to make this a fraction. Remember, I gotta divide both these numbers by 2. And then I gotta take that 12 and I gotta divide it by 2. One of these fractions, this 12 divided by 2, I know that that's just gonna be 6. So one of my factors is gonna be 6. So I'm just gonna put, so this right here, so one of my factors is 6. If it's 12 over 2, I can replace that and just take that completely out. And so I know that that's equal to 6. Rid of that. All right, and so one of my factors is going to be x plus 6, and then for this fraction I'm going to reduce and swing it. So let me write my answer as it stands right now. It is going to be x minus, and I need this over here. One of my factors is x minus 3/2, because that's a -3/2, and it will help. And then I got another parentheses, x plus 6. There's no controversy on that part. All right, so I'm almost done. All I gotta do is swing this. When I swing this first factor, it's going to be these. The 2, which is in the denominator, becomes my coefficient, x minus 3. And x plus 6 is done. I can just leave that like it is. And that becomes my result. So I just cut it. Then what I'm going to get is right, and that's based upon and that's basically using everything. Okay, and that concludes this video.